Hey guys, my name is B. Yowzi. I'm an LPC associate here at Frontera, supervised by Dr. Amos.
Hi, my name is Jenna Summers. I'm also an LPC associate at Frontera, supervised by Dr. Amos.
And today, before we get started, we wanted to thank our partners and recognize the incredible partnership with the Wellness Uncorked initiative, made possible through the partnership with Texas Wine Auction and Frontera Healthcare Network. This initiative allows us to provide free group counseling sessions, classes, educational seminars like this Mindful Monday, health fairs, and more, all designed to support the well being, especially the mental health well-being of our community here in Fredericksburg and the surrounding areas. So before we begin, I wanted to show our agenda for today's Mindful Monday. We're going to be talking about nature and the importance of being out in nature for our mental health. So the agenda is what does the research say? 8 dimensions of wellness. So really having that environmental focus, the importance of nature, and incorporating nature into our daily life.
Okay, everyone. So the Research Center reported 41% of people use the internet almost constantly. Some groups, including young adults and teens, are more likely to be constantly online than others. So about 6 in 10 adults ages 18 to 29, 62% say they're constantly online, compared with smaller shares of those in the older age groups, including only 15% of those 65 years or older. So, an increased use of electronic screen technology has been found associated with lower perceived importance of connections to nature. So, when we're on our phones, we're usually sitting on inside,
Mhm.
we're on the couch, we're in bed and we're scrolling through social media platforms or doing some online shopping.
Mhm.
Um, we're not taking that time to be outside, do things that kind of ground us and connect us with nature.
Yeah. And I know, Jenna, you see a lot of children and adolescents, so do I. But what are you seeing with our children and adolescents with being more connected indoors, right? Technology, everything's at the handprint of like just being indoors instead of like kind of like when we were growing up, go outdoors, ride your bike, go to a
Mhm.
friend's house. So are you seeing that change of, well, I just kind of stay in home, like I stay at home indoors?
Yeah, I mean, they're not getting the even a recommended amount of exercise a day that's
Hmm.
healthy for their bodies. It's affecting their socialization skills because they're not out riding their bikes with friends or playing hide and go seek with their
Hmm.
buddies. They're inside, maybe chatting with people while they're gaming, and that's just very different than a face-to-face physical
Yeah.
relationship with a peer.
Yeah. Well, they have to figure out like solution focused things of like, hey, we all don't want to ride to the park. Like we want to go to the pool. So they have to figure
Mhm.
out, okay, are we going to go to the park or the pool?
Mhm.
Right. Versus kind
Yeah.
of being online. And I think too, with just, nutrition in our body, like there's so much that the outdoors gives us, like being outdoors, getting that vitamin D with the sun and just, like you said, breathing in that fresh air,
Yeah.
just being outdoors.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
So the 8 dimensions of wellness, there's environmental, so fostering a healthy interaction with your surroundings. It involves promoting a clean, safe, and sustainable environment, as well as curating physical and digital spaces that nurture your well-being.
Hmm. So I think what we're saying is it's not totally bad to have some technology if, say you're sick and you really need to be outdoors, maybe using that with technology. But with the 8 dimensions of wellness, really focusing on environmental of like having a good interaction, maybe spending more times or curating your schedule to understand and really be grounded outdoors, kind of like you were saying
Yeah.
previously, Jenna. Yeah. So,
So let's talk about the importance of nature, spending time in nature. It's linked to both cognitive benefits and improvements in mood, mental health, and emotional well being. So, first, we have stress reduction. Spending time outdoors reduces cortisol levels, it lowers your heart rate, and it decreases blood pressure, relieves anxiety and depression. Natural environments decrease negative cyclical thought patterns, which is also called rumination, and they're even prescribed by doctors as part of a nature based therapy. Attention restoration. Constant screen time in urban environments cause cognitive fatigue. So, natural surroundings stimulate the brain gently, allowing your mind to rest and recover. When we're spending all of this time on screens, we're
Mhm.
scrolling, we're texting, we're calling, whatever the case may be, or we're in a more urban setting, we're running hot all the time. We're overstimulated. Um, we aren't taking time to find our peace and whatever that may look like, whatever that may feel like. Going out and being in nature and just slowing down can help with that. And then it helps with mood elevation. Sunlight exposure increases the body's vitamin D, which is linked to lower rates of depression. Interaction with beneficial microorganisms found in soil can also trigger the release of mood lifting serotonin. So just going outside, like when we were kids and walking around barefoot,
Yeah.
it's very grounding.
And I think really looking at the attention restoration, I think that's really big that you hit on, Jenna, because it's so common, right? Nowadays, we all have to have a laptop. We all have to have a phone to work. It's not like, I don't want a phone. It's like, well, how are we going to
Hmm.
get into your portals? How are you going to get into certain systems? Because you need the double authentication.
Right.
And I think what you said of like, we see in bigger cities like Chicago, New York, those urban areas where they even encourage their people, like, go to Cape Cod, go to the woods, like, make time, carve time in your year, carve time with your family to go out and just spend time in the woods, spend time in nature.
Hmm.
So I think it's really important. And especially in Fredericksburg and our surrounding areas, we're very close to rural, we're in rural America, we're in, Texas. And so we're not too far from a lot of these landmarks that others travel hours to do.
Hmm.
So it's like, hey, like, let's do a quick weekend day or a day afternoon to go fishing and just be outside as a family or just as an individual to really just sit and listen to it and watch nature.
Go to farmers markets.
Hmm.
There are a lot of places where you can pick different fruits, corn mazes. I mean, we're in an area that promotes outdoor living.
Hmm.
And so let's take advantage of that. It's good
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
statistically proven.
Yeah, no, it is. And then two, it's like you already know you need to get groceries. Well, hey, let's just take, 20, 30 minutes. Let's go to the farmer's market, maybe get some fresh vegetables,
Hmm.
and then finish up at HEB for the things that you can't get at the farmer's market. So
Yeah,
it's like two birds, one stone situation. It doesn't have to
absolutely.
be this, big adventure where we have to carve out so much time. It's like, hey, what can you curate? Like we talked about, hey, let's just go to the farmer's market the first 30 minutes of our Saturday and see what we can get that we can't get at the store. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I'll finish out. So incorporating nature. So these are just some things that I found that as big or as small as you want to go. So first of all, gardening, physical exertion, right? So planting, pruning, watering, fertilizing. There's something about working with nature, planting, growing, maybe get some vegetables. I know a lot of people like to plant tomatoes. That's like the easiest thing you can start with.
And green beans.
Oh, really?
So easy.
Okay,
You
green beans and
cannot mess
tomatoes.
up. You cannot mess up green beans. Yeah.
Okay. So just starting that, and I know some people may be like, I don't have a home or I don't have a backyard. If you're in an apartment, getting those on Amazon or at Walmart, they have those stand-up
Planners.
planters, and you can do a little garden in your patio at your apartment. So as big or as small as you can go, try it. And it keeps you intentional, right? I have to go outside and water the plants. So I may as well water the plants, look at my herbs, and then maybe read a little bit or have some grounding meditation. Take normal tasks outside. Have dinner outside with your family or out in nature, or drink your morning coffee and write your task list for the week or for the day outside on the patio. So again, like we're saying, it doesn't have to be this ginormous task. It can be just, I'm gonna have coffee outside. It's a
Mm-hmm.
nice day. I know for me, I really enjoy that. Or having lunch during our lunch period, going out and sitting outside and having lunch. So carving that. getting active. This is a big one, and it doesn't have to be, large and going and doing a marathon, but physical activity, hiking, biking, maybe walking around your neighborhood. So really making exercise feel less like a chore, not feeling I have to always go to the gym. I can just walk my neighborhood because I really just want to be outside in nature and not be from one office to another building, right? Just
Yeah.
spending time outdoors. Practicing mindfulness. We harp on this so much in all of our mindful Mondays, but it truly works of sitting in the grass, enjoying the breeze, feeling the sunlight. It could be on the ground, it could be on a bench, but really letting nature talk to you and you talk to it, and just being grounded in that moment, not thinking about work things, not thinking about coworkers, not thinking about family or friends, just sitting, you, nature, and being in that moment. And this is just a good quote that I liked by Anne Gurry. It says, nature disconnects you from the things you've been stressing about and puts you in the present moment. So just spending that time being in the present moment. And these are our references. So if you would like to look at any of our references, you can go and see where we found this information from reputable sources about the importance of going outdoors. So if you're ready to take the next step in prioritizing your mental health, we invite you to attend our Thrive Connection classes that are group classes available free through Wellness Uncorked. These classes will be held by Frontera's professional counselor associates like Jenna and I, and are open to individuals and their immediate families working in the hospitality, service, or retail industries. Frontera also offers individual counseling and medical services, both in person and virtual. So don't let location or anything stop you. We take a lot of different insurances and offer a sliding scale to make healthcare more affordable. If you would like to know more, give us a call at 830-362-2185. And if you found today's session helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on a Mindful Monday presentation. We go live on the first Monday of every month. We appreciate you being here and hope to see you next time. And if you have any questions or comments regarding today's topic, please drop it in the chat below, and we'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful Mindful Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye.